Hey everyone, welcome to the Jail Universe hosted by me, Skyonic, that's right. And I'm just sitting here in my casual clothes with my battle visor on. And if you want to know more about my character in the Jail Universe, and also if you want to see my other persona, you can see it at my TikTok channel, which is Jail Panther. On that channel, I talk about music selection and music suggestions. But in this channel, the Jail Universe, like I said, being hosted by me, Skyonic. Basically, what I'm doing is going to talk about video games, the Jail Universe, action figures, Transformers, and sci-fi, and a bunch of other, topics. But today's topic is going to be about why I love my Atari Jaguar. Now, this is just one video in a series of videos I'm going to be doing, in which I'm actually going to be talking about why I love some particular systems. Some of those systems are going to be older systems, newer systems, handhelds, unknown systems, but it's just going to be me telling you some of the good merits of those systems. Now, the Atari Jaguar is a system that has been on the list of one of the worst game lists of all time. Every bad system list, the Atari Jaguar has been on it. And I will admit that the Atari Jaguar was a financial flop for Atari, unfortunately. It did not really do that well. I believe it had potential, but it just wasn't done right. Okay? Just wasn't done right. So, what I want to talk about and show you is video games that really show that it did have potential and it could do what its competitors couldn't do at the time. Now, let's talk about competitors. A lot of times, the Atari Jaguar is compared actually to Sony PlayStation, Sega Saturn. The problem with that is that the actual Atari Jaguar came out during the time of the Sega Genesis and Super NES, not the PlayStation 1 and the Sega Saturn. So, so when it comes to the expectations of did it meet what it was supposed to meet, it actually did. Now, the Atari Jaguar not only was it able to play the same games that the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo was able to play, it was also able to play games that could not have been done on that system. Either because the polygons on the Atari Jaguar were better and faster, or just that the Super Nintendo and Genesis were 16-bit and the Atari Jaguar was a little bit more powerful. Now, there's some discussion and some people who think that the Atari Jaguar was not actually 64-bit. I'm not going to get into that. But just looking at one of the games, Rayman, one of the games I'm going to show you today, you get to see that that was a game that could not have been done on the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo. It wasn't powerful enough, but it looks pretty good on the Atari Jaguar. So like I said, I'm your man Skyonic, and I'm going to go ahead and show these videos to you. We'll show these games to you actually, some gameplay, and you get to see what I mean. Alright, here's the startup to one of the games. This one's Checkered Flag. Now, like I said, it has the same graphics as Virtual Racing for the Sega Genesis. But what I want you to notice is the actual speed of the FPS. So, and sorry about the interruption earlier. That was my daughter interrupting the video. But anyway. But as you can see here, the speed is crazy. This is all polygons, and this couldn't have been done on the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo. As you can see, I kind of suck at driving. But if you look at the speed, look at how fast the FPSs are on this. Now, one thing about this game too, this game had more tracks than Virtual Racing. Also had weather effects, and the polygons are a lot smoother than Virtual Racing. So you get to see that, while it wasn't perfect, the control on this game is kind of wonky. The speed and of the FPS, it shows you how powerful the Atari Jaguar was compared to its competitors. Okay. Like I say, I'm sucking right now. And this game has a bunch of different views, and it's one of my favorites. Even though the control is kind of hard, and like I said, I keep bumping into everything, it's still fun. Just the speed, and like I said, I love the weather effects. Although On this particular stage, there isn't any weather going on. But yeah, this game really shows how fast and fluid the polygons were on the Atari Jaguar. Like I said, the Atari Jaguar was a system that unfortunately was not a success for the Atari Jaguar. It actually kind of flopped. But the weird thing about it, if you try to get an Atari Jaguar on eBay, you're going to pay upwards of over like $250, which is kind of strange for a system that a lot of people say sucked. But this is just some gameplay from it. I'm going to go ahead and show gameplay from another game, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And here's another game, Alien vs. Predator. Another game that could not have been done on the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. This is one of the biggest sellers for the Atari Jaguar, and does show how powerful the system is. You get to choose to be either a Marine, an Alien, or a Predator. I always choose a Marine because it's easier to fight with him. And this came out around the time of Doom, which was a pretty big, successful game. And Doom was pretty much on every system. There's even a Doom game on the Atari Jaguar, which is superior to Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. So like I said, when you look at what Atari said about them being superior to what was out, they actually matched that. Now, unfortunately, the PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn did come out later, and they did pretty much, pretty much kick Atari's butt. But this system wasn't designed to compete with those. They didn't even know those systems were coming out. So compared to what was out at the time, this system definitely blows the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo as far as power-wise. Now, as far as game library, no. Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo game library destroys the Atari Jaguar's library. But as far as technical capabilities, you get to really see what it can do. So as you can see here, I got the gameplay. Taking out an alien right now. Oh, wait a minute, I am out of bullets. What's going on? So you definitely don't want to be out of bullets when you're fighting the alien. So I'm probably gonna die right now, but at least you get to see the video gameplay here. Let's see if I can run away. But so like I said, the Atari Jaguar is definitely one of my favorite systems, and just one of the systems I'm gonna be debuting in my video. There's gonna be other systems that I will talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. This is just two of the games. There's more games that show the power, and I will be doing a video in which I show the games that I'm gonna play through the emulator, so you get to see how Rayman looked on the Atari Jaguar. And like I said, it looked just as good as the PlayStation 1 and the Sega Saturn versions, and it was on a cartridge, so pretty powerful. But this is your man Skyonic signing out. I gotta get back to battle. Y'all take it easy. Bye.